As soon as Alice and I return, we head to the conference room. Outside Tamamo, the other three Heavenly Knights are already here. I feel somewhat out of place, but since I'll be involved in what's to come, I can't excuse myself. By the way, Luca, I made jelly earlier. Would you like to try some? Huh? Thank you. But I just ate some dried meat. I see. Betty is acting somewhat suspicious. She wants to be inside you, Luca, even if that means you eating a part of her. Grambaria, how are you feeling? I'm in perfect condition. It's the first time I've been defeated and forced to recuperate. But fate is strange, isn't it? To think we would be fine together. Yes, it really is strange. I'm relieved to be on your side. Yes, I'm expecting great things from what you showed me before. It's so nice to have a rival, isn't it? Aw, little Granberry isn't going to challenge me anymore. That makes me so lonely. Eh? You two fight often? Until just recently, Granberry used to challenge me quite often. But I kept winning in victory after victory. But she realized the difference in our power. She stopped challenging me. What are you saying? I never once admitted defeat. Granberry is on a losing streak against Alma? They're both incredibly strong, but I don't think there's so much difference as to put Granberry on a losing streak. What do you mean? I mean that Granberry can never beat me. Foolishness! If that's what you're claiming, then prove it right now! Granberry raises from her chair, sword in hand. What? You fight right before our meeting? I like your energy, but don't you think you have the wrong opponent here? Tamama walks into the room. Slightly hopping as she moves, she jumps into a chair. Elma. 9 o'clock tonight. The practice grounds. So you want to be beaten down again? I accept your challenge. I know just how powerful Elma is. I just can't imagine her being Granberry down like that. Now, let's begin the strategy meeting. First, I'll go over the summary. We want to utilize the 4 towers situated around the world to enact our own seal. With that, we'll make it so we can directly attack the angels. So even us monsters can attack them back. Not only that, it will allow us to interact with everything created with pure holy energy. The Gate of Heaven is no exception to this. So we'll be able to pass through the Gate of Heaven? Yes, that's right. It'll let us attack them directly. Even more, we can destroy the device that's sealing Alice. We'll be able to drastically alter the course of this war very quickly. That's incredible! Alice will return to normal, angels will become attackable, and we'll be able to assault their home territory all at once. With that, the towns and villages all over the world should be able to defend themselves. With the summary over with, now we need to go over concrete details. We have here a disc with the method of sealing away holy energy, but we need one installed at all 4 towers. Right now, there's a disc with the method for sealing the spirits installed. We just need to exchange that one for ours. Exchange? That's all we have to do? The exchange is simple, but getting it there isn't. The enemy isn't going to just let you switch it out after all. The security on these discs is also very troublesome. We need to switch all 4 at the same time. At the same time? Does it have to be simultaneous? That's right. There's this 3-second grace period. If they aren't all shifted, then the ones that haven't switched will overwrite the ones that were, rendering the exchange useless. In other words, a big failure. Putting all 4 in place at the same time, under threat from the enemy. That seems like quite a difficult strategy to pull off. As everybody said, this would be difficult. If just one of the 4 towers is jammed up, we'll fail. We can't just visit each one in turn and place the discs. We have to split up into 4 groups. Which is why an appropriate level of power is required. Thus, 1 Heavenly Knight will go to each location. What about me? What about me? Alice and I speak at the same time. There's no way we could stay out of this one. Your roles lie elsewhere as detached forces. Luca, you know the location of the Gate of Heaven, right? It's the only way for someone from the surface to get to the heavens. But only pure holy energy can pass through. Even you, as a half-angel, are unable to pass through it. Once the seal against the angels is deployed, yes, then you can use the Gate of the Heaven. The moment the 4 Heavenly Knights place the disc, as soon as it happens, you invade their territory. A blitzkrieg assault they won't be able to defend against. I see. A simple role. It's not complicated, so I was chosen. Yeah, you're dumb. In other words. Then what me? I see a point to the 4 Heavenly Knights in Luca's roles. You need to stay in front of the device in the biolabs. The moment they deploy the seal, you destroy that device. Once you regain your original body, you follow after Luca into the Gate of Heaven. But isn't it dangerous for Luca to go alone? Perhaps she should wait by the sealing device with Alice. And once we enact the seal, we all gather and assault in a group. They will respond quickly and mass their forces. If they block off the Gate of Heaven with sheer numbers, we'll never get through that choke point. We'll have to break through with our elite forces right away, put them in disarray, and secure some sort of foothold. Of course, it's an extremely dangerous mission. But Luca doesn't mind, does he? I'll do it! As soon as I regain my body, I'll rush in. Don't do anything rash before then. Of course, the 4 Heavenly Knights will rush in too. Once we're all in, it's all out war! Storm inside, secure a foothold with our remaining forces, and take down Ilias with our full power. There are going to be a lot of powerful guards there. That's it for the major details. I'll go over the smaller details of each of you individually later. That's it for the meeting. All of you, rest up so you can be at full power tomorrow. You got it. It will be done. This sounds interesting. I'll do it. The chance to get revenge for their assault on this castle is almost here. Seems like all 4 of them are eager to get started. That last comment was for the Monster Lord to say. Curse you, Tamamo. Now then, what about some training? As we're all about to depart from the room, Tamama calls out. Wait a moment. There's one more important meeting after this. The 4 Heavenly Knights and the Monster Lord should stay, of course. But so should you, Luca. You can just sit and watch, if you like. Important meeting? I don't mind, but... what other meeting could there be after the strategy meeting? It's not like I have anything I have to do, but... messages have been sent all over the world inviting our guests. They should all be arriving now. All over the world? Just what sort of meeting? As I tilt my head in puzzlement, a magic circle of teleportation suddenly appears. A familiar face appears inside of it. Transportation magic? This isn't good for my heart. The Sandilian King steps out. He looks really out of place here. King? You were invited for this meeting too? Ah, if it isn't Hero Luca. I'm reassured by your presence here. I was worried I wouldn't recognize anyone here. Saying that, he slowly gazes around the room. There are very few humans who have ever stepped foot inside the monster's castle, after all. The decor reminds me of the classical period. The lighting isn't so good, but the craftsmanship is excellent. I was expecting a more bizarre furnishing style here. Perhaps an oppressive design to strike fear into your heart. I thought similar things when I first arrived here. I guess there are unconscious prejudices still. Why do we want to live in a place like that? Welcome to the Monster Lord's castle. I'm Tamama, the 4 Heavenly Knights. I am King of Sandalia, Peter the 14th. It is a pleasure to meet you, my young lady. Young lady, is it? I'm more than 20 times your age, you know. Tamama says that with a laugh. As she does, another magic circle appears in the corner. So more than 20 times his age. So she's about 2,000 years old then. So this is the Monster Lord's castle. The King of Sabasa? After the Sandilian King comes the Sabasa King. After briefly looking around, his eyes fell on Alice. I didn't believe you to be a normal monster. But the Monster Lord herself? It seems as though introductions between us aren't necessary. This time, I welcome you to my castle. As the Sabasa King sits down, maids of the castle come to give him a drink. Please have some... Father? Sarah? Excuse me. Sarah runs away. Dumbfounded, the Sabasa King sits back down. Yep, his daughter was made into a maid at the Monster Lord's castle. Well, she did just kind of bum a ride off of Granburia. She can't expect to just stay here for free. And they don't exactly have the luxury of taking her back, so she has to earn her keep. Another magic circle appears, the Grand Noah Queen arriving. It seems important dignitaries from all over are attending. Attacked by angels and invited to the Monster Lord's castle. The world is turning into a strange place, isn't it? Her eyes scan the room, and stop on Elma. Oh my, another strange thing. If it isn't the undefeated Queen of the Colosseum, Cuba. I strictly forbade contestants from entering under false names, but... You aren't gonna stop me from participating? Though I am concerned about the continuation of the Colosseum, there are more important things here. With that, she sits down next to the Tsubasa King. Someone else arrives in another magic circle. That's quite something. Long-distance transportation magic. Our magic science researchers can only manage things that are within their field of view. The Monster Lord's castle. It has been a while. The last time I was here was during the election for Queen Insect. The Grand Gold King and Queen Ant. The King glances at Alice as he takes a seat. Oh my, the traveling gourmand. So I take it there is something delicious here? I'm the Monster Lord, Alphys the 16th. Yes, I know. I'm in your debt for what occurred before. He nods respectfully towards Alice and takes a seat. Queen Ant sits down right next to him. I still ship those two! This is incredible! 4 leaders of the great human nations are all in the Monster Lord's castle? There's still more to come. This meeting would be incomplete with only the human leaders. It's true, there's still more free seats. If not just the leaders of the human nations, then... Oh, so others have already arrived. I'm the leader of the elves, Queen Elf. I'll join in too. I represent the fairies of the world. That's right. These two were staying in the castle, weren't they? Queen Elf eyes the Tsubasa King as she sits down. So you are the King of Tsubasa. This is the first time we have been face to face. Yes. I was thinking we should meet together formally one day. But to think this would be the situation in which we met. There's still more open seats. Monsters whom I recognize right away show up next. Forgive me for keeping you all waiting. I'm the leader of the Harpies, Queen Harpy. I represent Plansect. I am on a Queen Alrane. Yeah, you've really done up your your backdrop there. I think the power might be going to your head in this one, rather than just something that was kind of forced on you. Queen Alrane and Queen Harpy arrive. After that, leaders of some of the major towns show up. I come as the head of the humans and monsters of Yamatai Village, Shirahebi. I serve as the mayor of Succubus Village, Succubus. The last 2 arrivals show up and take their seats. With that, the summit of the world leaders have finished gathering, filling the seats. In front of the world's leaders, Alice begins speaking. Everyone is already aware of the crisis facing the world. Thus, the leaders of the various countries have been gathered together here. Our races and genders may be different, but we have one thing in common. That is Luca. We are all linked together by him and his actions. Hey, Luca, say something as the hero. Me? It doesn't have to be something big, just a light greeting to get this started. The eyes of the leaders of the world are all on me. Opening my mouth, I talk about coexistence, talk about a hero's fighting spirit. The world shall be mine! Keep quiet. Of course, we're going to talk about coexistence. It's why we started our journey in the first place. Um, I'm not exactly a pure human. My father was human, but my mother was an angel. But I'm proud of who I am. My existence itself is proof that humans and angels can understand each other. For if not, then I wouldn't even exist. All of them are silent as they listen to me. With the ears of those who govern the world focused on me, I continue. I met all of you along my journey. Many others that aren't here today. I don't know if everything I did was right. No, I'm sure I made mistakes along the way. But I still did everything I could in the name of coexistence. As a result, the Monster Lord and I were able to understand each other. If that's possible, then other humans and monsters should be able to too. Yes, that's right. There's no reason for us to be hostile against each other. But the one who is clearly wrong is Ilias. Ilias denies any chance for peaceful coexistence. Following that path, she's planning to destroy and recreate the world itself. We have to defeat Ilias and create a world where we can all live together in peace. To do that, all of us have to be united. That's all from me. After stumbling through my heart-filled speech, I sit down with a sigh. After a second, they start to clap. Luca is younger than everyone else here, but he still fought all over the world, aiming for coexistence. Some may think him inexperienced, naive, and idealistic. But if it wasn't for him, we would not be here together today. I completely agree. For our country, living together in peace with monsters is not idealism. The reality is right in front of our eyes, and the goal of our administration. I don't think anyone here today will say it's idle idealism. For if we don't, then we are on the path to extinction. We must remove Ilias for this. Coexistence will be difficult, but can be attained through the efforts of all citizens. As those in position of power, we must be truthful to our charges about the times to come. How about some words from the monster side? I have nothing to add. It's obvious that we would perish without being able to live alongside humans. We depend on humans more than they believe. The monsters here today are in charge of their respective races and families. We know well that without humans, our race would die out in the next generation. We must work to break down stereotypes and fears. Most humans believe monsters are set out to destroy the human race. Yes, we will need to address the relations between humans and monsters in the future. But for right now, we must work together to face the threat approaching us. We are actually preparing for a large-scale counteroffensive. After the introductions, Tamao starts to explain about the strategy we came up with. 4 Heavenly Knights will be dispatched to the towers and erect the seal. Then we will begin our all-out assault against the heavens. I see. So then we could attack Ilias herself. But there's little military force we can spare. We are unsure ourselves where we can defend against another assault with what we have. Yamatai also took considerable damage during the last assault. We have our hands full in organizing our defenses. You don't need to send forces to this final battle. No, far from it. The heavens themselves are organizing for another assault. According to the information we've obtained, the assault will begin tomorrow. Tomorrow? That's the first I've heard of this. These global attacks are going to start all over again tomorrow? In truth, this is why we wanted everyone assembled together today. The perfect chance for this invasion to work is precisely when their forces are all tied up in their own assaults. I see. I understand. With their troops all deployed, there will be virtually no defenses in the heavens itself, as they assume it is protected. So our role is to occupy their armies. Yes, catch on quick. When Luca invades the heavens, they will try to withdraw their armies. Each defending army must stop this withdrawal. Meanwhile, Luca defeats the unguarded goddess herself? In that case, you have the complete cooperation of the Grand Gold Military. It's unavoidable. Our armies will destroy any invaders who step foot on our sands. I won't allow a single angel to make it back to the heavens. Our Colosseum is full of strong warriors. We will give the enemy a demonstration that they won't forget. Our Order of Holy Knights will protect our country against any and all who would threaten the populace, even if their opponents are angels. Thus all the members swore to resist and agree to the plan. Perhaps we can band together with our neighbors and put forth a united front? I'll dispatch harpies as messengers between the countries. Would using the Monsort's castle as headquarters be acceptable? I shall organize our elf archers to act as reserve forces. If things take a turn for the worse in any locale, we shall dispatch at once. Leave the transportation of troops and supplies to us fairies. If we concentrate our magical powers, we can expand our network of transfer magic through the world. Putting forth plans for logistical and support, the forces of the world seem to quickly unite as one. With everyone at risk from the coming crisis, our goals have all become the same. With that, the summit of humans and monster leaders ends in success. The rulers, united in spirit, each return to their home countries to prepare for tomorrow's coming battle. That was incredible! But tomorrow, the decisive battle is going to start. I'll be taking the most important role. For everyone's sake, Elias must be taken down. It's a little bit too early to go sleep, though. Should I take a walk around the castle for a bit? Of course, I have to rest before tomorrow's battle. It's far too early to even try to go to sleep. With that, I head out of my room.